What up, fam? It's your boy, Boy 2024, streaming to you live. Yeah, I'm not planning to be out here too long. It's a brisk 40 degrees or a little below 40 degrees outside. I'm freezing my buns off, but I promised you guys a little bonus review for Kite Liberator in one of my previous videos, and I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm trying to do this thing where I actually keep some of my promises. I know this is a new experience for longtime fans, but I'm going to try and actually do what I say I'm going to do and set out to do. We'll see how that goes. I'm trying to do more long-form videos like this in addition to the shorts, because I know for a while I was just doing shorts like non-stop, but I'll even admit that I was getting out of control with that. But yeah, some quick housekeeping. Speaking of the shorts, I did do a Five Nights at Freddy's short recently, and it kind of blew up. A little humble brag, but if you could give that like a look, like a little a view, I would really appreciate it, because with the shorts, I mean, even 1,000 views, that's like a really big deal for me for the shorts. But this one, it's 4K now. I think it's approaching 5K soon. So that would be kind of a first for the channel, I believe, to get 5K views. So that would be really awesome. I won't lie to you, like the fast food videos, I crank those out. They're not hard to do. I just kind of, I don't put much effort. I just kind of, I film the food, I eat the food, I film myself eating the food, and that's about it. But for that one, I know you all love Five Nights at Freddy's. I know it's a huge franchise, so I tried a little harder for that one, and you'll see I put in some little effects, some little audio effects, some little visual effects into that one. I tried a little harder with that one, and you guys responded, so I really appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you for the views. What else? Oh yeah, I need to address the elephant in the room. Everyone's DMing me on Xbox Live. Everyone's telling me how everyone's asking me, oh, have you seen like that new Universal Yum snack box video that Slenderman 2024 did? And I'm like, yeah, it's so funny, because like I just got done hate watching the 4 videos that him and his girl, what's her name, Shmi or whatever, they put like 4 videos out. And I got done hate watching that, and then I go on my channel, and he's done a 5th one. And again, he hacked my channel somehow. It's getting pretty annoying. But I was watching it, and it was pretty funny. The dude's fucking crashing out over what? Again, he's crashing out because they put Wawa mac and cheese in his Universal Yum snack box. I'm like, what am I even looking at right now? This is ridiculous. I left it up. People were finding it funny. People were getting entertained by it, so I left it on. I left it up. I'm gonna leave it up. But yeah, as far as him, I mean, I'll tell a little anecdote. So like when I'm waiting for the bus, I always have this experience where like I'm waiting for the bus to arrive, and like my bus tokens, they always like roll to the back of my backpack. I'm like rifling through my backpack. I'm searching through my backpack. So I'm at the bus stop. And it's always just me and this one other guy. There's this other guy there who's like kind of off in the corner, kind of spinning around. He's like talking to himself. He's like pacing, and he's like, singing Yankee Doodle or something to himself. And I'm like, yeah, no. And I just like look over, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, as long as he's not hurting anybody, yeah, he doesn't have like a knife or anything. Like he's harmless. He's just kind of doing his thing. So just let him be. That's my mentality. That's like my attitude with that crazy guy at the bus stop. And that's what I'm gonna say as far as Slenderman 2024. I mean, like just let him do his thing. Like I don't know. He's not hurting anybody. So. He's gonna post his strange content from time to time. Just kind of let him do let him spin around in the corner. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna do his thing. I'm gonna do my thing. It's whatever. I don't really care. So, I previously did a little review about the disastrous Fathom event for Virgin Punk Clockwork Girl by legendary director Yasuomi Umetsu. He is known in the 90s / late 2000s for his films Kite and Mezzo Forte, both of which I really love. A lot of people say he kind of hit his peak then and hasn't really reclaimed his peak since. As I said in the past video, I have really mixed thoughts on Virgin Punk Clockwork Girl. And what's funny is I got his less talked about sequel, Kite Liberator, Kite 2, the sequel to Kite. And I have very similar things to say about it. So I'm going to do a quick little, I don't have a ton to say, and it's also absolutely freezing out, so I'm just going to keep it short for once. But Kite 2, Kite Liberator, special edition. This is the 2-disc special edition. Remember when they used to do that? I missed that shit, man. I missed that shit so much. So there you go. Anime Works Disc 1 is the movie, of course. Disc 2 is the little goodies, little special feature goodies. So that's pretty cool. This movie, so the original Kite was in the early 90s. This movie came out much later, 2008 to be exact. But yeah, the second disc we get a little film festival tour. We get the interview with the man himself, director Yasuomi Umetsu. We get interviews with all of the cast members, the voice cast. I mean, this is like kind of standard for like movie releases. At least back in the day, you'd get like the 2 discs and like you'd have all the behind the scenes goodies, which I love, by the way. And you got a ton of those at the Fathom event for Clockwork Girl. We'll, you know, see that other video for my little rant about that. But that's shit that I know a lot of people don't care about that stuff, but I actually care a lot about it. So that was fun for me to see. But it's rare for Japanese films and also anime in general for us to get that behind the scenes content. So I appreciate it whenever we get it, because usually, you know, you're buying an anime movie, you're just getting, you know, God forbid you get director's commentary. Like you're just getting the anime. That's it. No behind the scenes, no interviews, no nothing. So the fact that I got a whole second disc is really cool to me. I forget if I mentioned this last time, but I found this on eBay for like $4, brand new. I opened the plastic wrap already. The special edition, in fact. So like $4. It was a steal. I had to get, you know, this is a movie that's been completely forgotten about to time, that no one talks about ever. So that's why I kind of want to talk about it now. I always said that it's like, yeah, I could talk about what's trending right now. I could talk about the Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Castle, which is still playing in theaters, by the way. That's crazy. I could talk about the Chainsaw Man movie, Reze Arc. That's playing in theaters still. That's blowing up. Both of those are like 10 out of 10, by the way. Go check those out. You can still check them out. They are still playing in theaters, which is crazy to me. Anime movies I'm used to playing in theaters for like a week at best, and then it's gone forever. Boom. But these are mega hits, so they are continuing to play just like regular films. In fact, a lot of regular films would be out of the theater by now, but these are such mega hits, international mega hits that, yeah, worldwide mega hits that they are still in theaters. Kite Liberator, which is the opposite of a hit, a complete forgotten flop. Even fans of Kite 1, I mean, that's already a very, very niche market for Kite 1, and then very few people like the sequel. It's the classic sequel problem of diminishing returns. So the fan base for this movie, it might just be me. It might be one person. The same thing with Clockwork Girl. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who saw that movie, and I'm the only one who likes that movie. But do we have the runtime here? It might say it somewhere. Here we go. So here's the first problem. Same thing with Clockwork Girl. So this is a quote-unquote movie. It's 60 minutes long. It's very short. It's basically an OVA. I mean, it came out in theaters in Japan, so it is a film, but it's an OVA. Same thing with Clockwork Girl. Clockwork Girl was like so short. It was like a 40-minute OVA. This, well, what's funny is in the behind the scenes, I watched the interview with the director, and he talks about how the original cut of the movie was going to be like 40 minutes long, so exactly like Clockwork Girl, and then they just kept on adding a few things here and there, so that it turned into this. Still not really feature length in my opinion, but yeah, that's interesting. And one of the special features on the first disc, so even though there's a second disc, the first disc has some special features as well. They have like a special cut because there was like a Tokyo International Film Festival, so like the movie wasn't ready, but they wanted to show it, so they had like a rough cut of the movie, and it was only like 24 minutes. So if you really want a short version of this movie, that's even more of a clusterfuck, that's even more of an abrupt cliffhanger, you could watch that version of the movie. It's only 24 minutes. So that's interesting. So I watched that first. I watched both versions to compare. But let's read the back real quick to give you a little idea here. There's the main girl. So she has like the Clark Kent Superman thing. Like, so that's her assassin form. She's like the angel of death or whatever. But she is like an average schoolgirl, or moonlights as pretends to be an average schoolgirl. She's like the klutzy, ditzy, cutesy. She works in a maid cafe. She wears glasses. She trips a lot. Years after the events that transpired in Kite, Sawa's whereabouts are a mystery. During this time, rumors of a new killer have begun to circulate the city. They call her the Angel of Death, an unfeeling assassin who eliminates her targets with grace and precision, leaving only a flurry of feathers behind her as a calling card. What the public is unaware of is the fact that this notorious hitman is actually a polite young lady named Monica. Like her spiritual predecessor, Monica has lost most of her family, and her father's duty as an astronaut keeps them practically worlds apart. However, they are close despite the physical distances, and Orodo promised his daughter that he would return. Until then, daily life for the timid and somewhat clumsy Monica involves mostly school and her part-time job as a waitress. But her nature completely changes once she receives an assignment. Yeah, so here's the thing. let's start with this. So the first Kite, which I really like, it does have a lot of flaws. One of the flaws of Kite 1 is that it was clearly intended to be part of a series, and it took forever for this to come out. And the end of Kite 1 ends on an abrupt cliffhanger where the safety of Sawa, like what happened to her, where did she go? That is all a mystery. It's all very abrupt. If you were waiting for answers to those questions, you will continue to wait for the rest of your life, because this took fucking forever to come out, and it didn't tell you jack shit. Like, this might as well be a reboot. Monica has absolutely nothing to do with Sawa. The only connection is she uses her red gun, her assassin gun with the exploding bullets. That and like she's a cute teenage girl assassin, just like Sawa was. There's like literally one reference to Sawa in the movie, and not even by name. They mention her by name on the back cover here, but in the dialogue in the film, this girl's handler just says like, oh, there was like another girl, and she was about your age, and she used the same pistol, but she disappeared a couple years ago, and that is it. That is it. And I'm like, wow, really? Like, couldn't we have had like one quick like why not? Like, why couldn't you have like a quick epilogue scene just to show us that Sawa is okay, or where she is, or what she's doing? Like, what's the harm, man? We waited like what, 18 years? Like, seriously. And then this fucking movie, this does the same thing. It ends on an abrupt cliffhanger where our characters, safety is in peril and in question, and we don't know. And that's it. There hasn't been a Kite 3. And it's funny, the interview with the director, he mentions like, oh yeah, like we're doing this, and like I'm hoping to make a sequel someday. You said that in 2008. Where is it? It's not coming. It's not coming. The most we got was Clockwork Girl, Virgin Punk Clockwork Girl, episode 1. It's even dubious if that will have more episodes or not, because that took fucking forever to come out. And that ended on an abrupt cliffhanger, and that was only 40 minutes, and that story was just getting started as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, my visual aid, it's flying away. Oh no, come back, come back. Clockwork Girl, come back. Oh my lord. So yeah, in both movies, I love them. They have some great strengths. They also have some big flaws. Real quick, let me also mention, I'm also, I guess, reviewing the DVD release, because this is pretty, even though the movie has a lot of flaws, I like the DVD release of this movie. I miss releases like this. Whatchamacallit. So, one of the big things, and this becomes a very big plot point at the end of the film, but Monica, like I said, she has the dual lives. So she has the brown eye, that's her natural eye color. She's like, the schoolgirl Monica. But when she goes into her assassin form, it's the opposite. Yeah. So she has brown eyes. That's what she looks like. But then when she goes into her assassin form, she puts on these contact lenses, these blue contact lenses, okay, to like hide her identity or whatever. Not that she would even need to. I don't think anyone is suspecting her of being this angel of death character. Anyway, but there's a key moment towards the end of the film where she's confronted with someone who knows her, and her contact lens pops out, and so basically she's revealed to be Monica. It's a whole thing. The reason I bring this up is because, and this is like a tangent, but I want to talk about how I miss, say it with me if you feel the same way, I miss DVD menu Easter eggs, which are basically not a thing anymore. Do you remember this? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about, where you would like fiddle around with a DVD menu and you would like find some hidden bonus feature, and it was like the coolest fucking thing. It was like the coolest fucking thing, and you're like, oh, I didn't even know this. It would like, you would like hear about something, and it would like, incentivize you to put a DVD back into the player that you'd already watched anyway. You know what I mean? But I'm just fiddling around on the menu of this, and I'm highlighting the different like features like play, setup and all that. And you can actually, her face is on the menu. You can click on one of her eye like highlights, and I can click on one of her eyes, and I'm like, oh, wait, what? And it changes from like the blue to the brown. And I'm like, that's really cool. That's like a reference to something in the movie, so that's already cool. What happens? So I click on it, and it's just a quick little, like, not even a featurette, but like a quick little trailer for like another anime that Anime Works had licensed at the time, Moribito or something. I mean, it wasn't like a huge deal, but like it was really fucking cool. So that was awesome. I was so happy to like kind of discover that, but I wonder if there's like more stuff like that on here. I filled around with both discs. I couldn't find anything else, but that doesn't mean that there isn't anything else hidden on here. I don't even know, like, is there like a Reddit subtopic, or, is there like a Reddit thread that like talks about shit like this? Like how do you even find out about this stuff? You have to just like discover it yourself, I guess, or like someone tells you about it. It's not going to be advertised on the DVD box. You know what I mean? My favorite featurette of all time, my favorite Easter egg of all time. I'll just tell this real quick. If you ever have the platinum DVD, the last platinum disc for the Evangelion released by ADV Films, I know this is a deep cut, but it's so fun. You can look this up on YouTube. Look up the clip on YouTube. But the voice actor for Shinji in Evangelion, Spike Spencer, he notoriously kind of hated Shinji, hated like the way the story went, hated the way that the show ended, basically. So he went on after he recorded the final episode of Evangelion, he went on this like tirade. And the mic just happened to be, he was still in the recording studio. He was still in the booth, and the mic was still on. So they have that. They recorded his little rant, and they were like, "This is fucking hilarious! Like we're saving that. Like we're not deleting that." And so when you're watching the final episode on DVD, what you do is you take your remote and you like cycle through the language options, and you'll find like this hidden like 5th option or whatever, and you click on it. And it's only during that end credit sequence where, like, Rey's spinning around in the water and the moon's behind her. But that whole credit sequence, Spike is just going, he's just losing it. He's just like, cursing off at everyone, getting all of his feelings out, saying how much he hated the theme song and the show and Rey and Shinji, and he was so confused by everything. He has a great line where he's like, they better explain this, in the movie. I hope they better clear some stuff up in the movie version. I hope that's a lot more clear cut. Little did he know. Little did he know. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to so Kite Liberator. Again, it does have so here's something good. So this is a movie. I mean, the original Kite, despite being made in the 90s, has very, very good animation. The visuals in that movie actually really do hold up. But that being said, this is a more modern movie, 2008. Very, very good visuals, very good animation, very good action scenes, very good music. That's what Yasuomi Umetsu does best. He knows how to draw pretty girls with guns. He knows how to do an action sequence, a shootout sequence. And it's awesome. Like, her persona as the Angel of Death is really cool. She has like this grappling hook. You can kind of see it here. She has like this grappling gun, just like Batman. She has the moves. She's really, and her special gun with exploding bullets. Like, that's really, really cool. There isn't much story. Again, this is clearly like kind of a pilot for a series, and that just never took off. Again, so like the story, there isn't much there. Again, you're just kind of watching it for the action sequences. One criticism of this director, which I have to agree with, you'll notice, Monika's face, you have Sawa's face, you have the girl from Mezzo Forte, you have her face, you have Clockwork Girl's face. Like, he just keeps drawing the same girl over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And over again. The man is obsessed. The man is fixated. Oh, and Wizard Barristers. The girl just looks just like this too. And Wizard Barristers is one TV show I keep forgetting about. So going with that in mind, like, there's gonna be some same face syndrome, but whatever. What else? So Kite and Mezzo Forte, despite I do like them, but they are not movies I could say show to a friend or show at like a party or a gathering, because they are 18 plus. They are, very hard R. They have some very graphic content, which luckily this movie does not have. I would actually start with a friend. I would show him this, because this does not have any H scenes, so to speak. It does have some nudity. It has a few uncomfortable moments and that's just I guess a running theme with all of his work. She does hunt down pedophiles, so that's a topic not super shown in graphic detail, but it is touched upon, and we see a few things, so it's disturbing at moments. What else? I guess the weirdest thing was this movie does jump the shark, unfortunately, because and I saw in the interview with the director, he was saying how, oh yeah, he had one funny comment where he was like, oh yeah, they were like talking to me about the project, and he's talking about the original Kite, and he's like, they're talking to me about this project, and they told me it would be 18 plus, and I was like, oh, I'll do it. Like he kind of like waited until they said that. He's like, oh, I'll do it. Like it's like, all right, calm down, sir, calm down, calm down, focus. So maybe he wasn't like super happy about this project because he couldn't do the 18 plus content that he wanted to. I don't know. But yeah, the first Kite and also Mezzo Forte, they are they're action movies, but they are semi grounded. They're never in sci-fi territory. They're never monsters or aliens, right? This is where the movie jumps the shark a bit. And I don't know why he did this. So in the interview, all he basically says is he was like, oh, well, in this movie, I really wanted to show like a kind of a long distance relationship. I wanted to show like a father and daughter separated somehow, and like they want to reunite, but they can't. And so logically, I had to put the father in space. I had to make him an astronaut, right? And I'm like, I guess. I mean, I guess. I mean, you could have just had him like away on a business trip in another country. Like that happens too, right? He could have been in Germany on business or something. Like that's far enough distance, isn't it? But no, he had to be an astronaut because he needs to be on a space station. So now we're in space in Kite. You know how these sequels usually go, where like we go to space. It's usually not a good sign when you're several movies in and now we're in space all of a sudden when we weren't in space before. It gets worse. There are monsters now, because I still don't really understand it. The one guy had like this new space food he was trying, and the astronauts ate it, and so two of the astronauts mutated because of space radiation. Now they're horrible monsters, and so Monica has to fight them. And it really jumps the shark there. They have like this like bulletproof exoskeleton. It's completely ridiculous. I don't love it. Her father, of course, is one of the monsters, and so that's the big reveal at the end of the movie. Is the father's about to kill her, but her contact lens falls out, and he realizes that it's his daughter. So he doesn't kill her. But then something else happens, and then there's an explosion, and then they kind of look at each other, and then the movie just ends, and I'm like, oh, what happens? Like, okay. And it's really good that he was the one that faced off with her and not the other monster, because the other monster would have just killed her, right? It wouldn't have mattered if she was Monica or not. Another weird thing they do is like kind of a forced callback is this red bracelet here. So what I liked in the first movie, Sawa would wear these like special red earrings. Do I have a picture? Sawa would wear these like, can you see it? These special red earrings. And that's one of my favorite, like, kind of awkward scenes in that movie is, like, the one guy asks her about them, and she's like, oh, yeah, they're made from the crystallized blood of my dead parents. And then there's, like, an awkward pause. He's like, so anyway, it's like, what do you say to that? So he's like, yeah, anyway, oh, okay. I didn't expect you to say that. So I was like, okay, so that was, like, her, I don't know, carrying the memory of her parents with her at all times or blah, blah, blah. This is not that. It's just red to like kind of evoke that same thing. But our new girl also has a red trinket, and it's a gift from her dad. He like sent her some like moon rocks or something that were red. And it's not the same thing. So it's like it was a callback, but I didn't think I don't think it worked. What else? Oh, one interesting thing is so like I said, I watched the two versions. The first version, which is significantly shorter, and they show this at like the festival or whatever. It's pretty clear what they had to cut out for the festival. So in the cut version, here's what happens. So the cops are chasing this first guy, this criminal, and he runs into the ladies' bathroom. And he immediately shows himself as a villain, right? So he runs into the lady's bathroom, and there's an old lady there. And not just an old lady, she's holding a puppy. I don't know why this old lady's holding a puppy in the lady's bathroom, but she's holding this cute little puppy. And the guy, with one shot, he pulls out his gun and he blows both their heads off to like show that he's like an evil guy or whatever, like a cartoon villain. And I'm like, wow, that was already a bit much, right? So no, it's not enough yet. We really need to show that this guy is just pure evil. So that happens in the cut version. In the uncut version that I saw, he does the same thing, and then he sees a little girl in the bathroom, and he clearly has like a reaction. He's just like he's a pedo. He like takes her specifically hostage, and he's like getting all, he's licking her cheek, and he's getting all fired up, and I'm like, oh my god. So like that was something they could not show at the festival, obviously. So like, so there are a couple scenes like that because she literally hunts down pedos. So like that's something they couldn't quite show in the festival. I understand why. I still had to see it. I still had to see it. And then of course the first Kite movie is even worse with like content such as that. So proceed with caution. Same with Mezzo Forte. Proceed with caution. You're gonna see some disturbing content like that. But yeah, Kite Liberator, it definitely jumped the shark. It's definitely not as good as the first movie. But I feel like, like she has some really cool action scenes. I like her tech. I like the way that she like spreads her little feathers, to show like, blah, 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 trying to think what else. There's one funny thing one thing that I thought was funny was like, they did like a meta thing, like, oh, this guy's so mysterious or whatever. She gets her missions from this like mascot character named Sputnik. Like she'll go to a park and there's like this guy like dressed up like a cartoon animal, and he'll hand out balloons or whatever he's doing. But while he's doing it, he'll like give her kind of a coded message or tell her what to do next. And I thought that was like a really cool scene actually. But Sputnik in the credits, it just has like a question mark next to his name. So like we don't get to know that. We don't get to know who voiced Sputnik. It's a mystery, even in like the credits of the movie. I'm like, all right, but like seriously though, who voiced him? I'm sure you can look it up, but like that's like a cheeky little. I like when they do like cheeky little things like that. What else? Yeah, there were some inconsistencies because like Monica, I think she's doing the Clark Kent thing where like, she's obviously a badass assassin, very coordinated and agile, and when she's in her human, her daily life, she's a normal schoolgirl, so she'll like trip and fall down, and like there'll be like a panty shot, of course, and I'm like, okay, so it's part of the act. Like she does that at the oh yeah, by the way, she works at we're just doing all the tropes. She wears glasses, she's a schoolgirl, she works at a maid cafe. Did I mention that? She works at a maid cafe as her part-time job. So she's always tripping there, and that kind of makes sense. What does not make sense is the scene where she's like meeting with Sputnik, when after she talks to him and she walks away and no one's around, she still trips and falls down, and we get another panty shot, and I'm like wait, who's she doing that for at this point? So is it an act or not? It seems like it's not an act. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain inconsistencies like that I didn't really care for. There's some random like really funny things. Monica's obsessed with ice cream. When we go to her apartment, we see like she opens up her fridge. Her roommate's like, oh, can I have like a Haagen-Dazs or whatever? And like her fridge is just like just overflowing with like little pint-sized Haagen-Dazs, and like that's kind of funny. And there's like a running gag where there's like this pervy guy at the maid cafe keeps trying to like cop a feel, and not Monica but her coworker / friend, who I still don't know, because like the owner of the maid cafe was definitely her handler. He would give her missions and stuff. So but like, were all of the maids secret assassins or just her? Because her friend coworker is even more capable. Like she will just like beat the shit out of a guy who's giving Monica a hard time. She seems like she could be an assassin, but like maybe that was never kind of confirmed nor denied. If this had been picked up as a TV show, maybe we would have got an episode about that other character. But at the moment, she's just kind of pointless. But there's a couple funny scenes where there's like this pervy guy, like I said, and so what she does is she pours like cayenne pepper into his beer and like serves it to him, so he like spits it out, and then we hard cut to an ambulance taking him away. And then this gag comes back because he comes back and he once again tries to like grab Monica, and then this time the other girl runs over to him and just like nut shots him, like kicks him really hard in the nuts, and then immediately smash cut to the ambulance, the same clip of the ambulance driving him away. That was really funny actually. So like this movie has its moments, and I could just imagine like the ambulance driver being like, oh, this freaking guy again, like seriously, this is like twice in 1 week. Anyway, but yeah, Kite Liberator. So let's say the original Kite is like a legendary 9 out of 10. It's a classic. This is not as good. I think it deserves to be seen at least once. I think it's, you know, the fact that no one talks about it at all, and the few times I've heard people talk about it, they say it's like horrible, like they say avoid it like the plague. I don't agree with that. It's only an hour. It's only an hour of your life. Like I say give it a watch if you can find it like on YouTube or something. Give it a watch. It's like, I'd say a 6 out of 10. It's fine. It's fine. It's just not great. It's not very memorable, but I had a good time while I was watching it. Yeah, so that's about it. That was my bonus review. Pretty soon I'll be reviewing something else in the future, I'm sure.